Tuesday, and we will be talking about how to follow leads and task reminders in the Customer Center. So in the Customer Center, you can click on a job and then click on the lead section in the middle. You can create a lead. You can name it anything you would like. Let's see, click add lead. From there, you can put in a contact, you can add people associated with it, you can show how you got it, the lead. You can put in a phone number of this person, save the information, and then from that lead, you can then go to the task section back over here in the customer side. So the two parts that are important, the task and the leads. Go to the task, you can click Get Task List. Now this is going to pull all open tasks that are there. If you want to search for just one particular one, we can go back and look at for 14 Orchard Lake. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'll put that in here. And you can search on any item that is in a green heading. So that is any of these three, lead, customer, or contact. You can search and search your tasks, which are considered leads, opportunities, or reminders. In this case, here's my sweeping opportunity. We know that the contact is in there, and I can click this button here, and it's going to say sweeping opportunity. I can come in here and I can put some information about it. There was a phone call. I'm going to follow up by setting a meeting. My follow-up date is going to be this Friday, 10/31/8. Called and inquired. Let's spell that correctly. About parking lot sweeping. Send a service proposal to her. So then I click Save Lead, and then if I want to find that again, it's my 14 Orchard Lake. Come in here. It's right here. I click on it again. We can see my next contact date is 11/2. That's what I put in. You can see the initial date of 10/30. We can see the previous actions right here. We can see the initial activity or the action item or how we received it. It is right there. So the other means for using these, and I'm going to click Get Task List. I'm going to close out of this one. Is a reminder, and we can see this on the first one here. Get updated PO. So this can be used as a reminder for you. So if you have quarterly activity, monthly activity, annual, it'll remind you to come back and follow up. So your follow-up date should not be the due date of the activity. So in this case, the quarterly PO would be coming due at the end of March. So this date is March 1st, so that we would have it by March 31st. Now granted, this wasn't updated, so it's still sitting out there. Once your task is completed, you want to have another follow-up date. So in this regard, if I went into here and wanted to say we received the PO, so then the next one is going to be some sort of follow-up action. You can create your own action items and follow-up action items. So in this case, we'll do an email. We're going to potentially need a phone call, and we'll set this up for December 1. Need first quarter PO. That way we know, save lead. Now we come look and we go to December. It's right here, and therefore we would have the first quarter PO before it comes due on January 1. Therefore, we're not sweeping and cause a collection issue. So that's a reminder. So it could be an opportunity. It could be a lead. There might not be anything in there, so we may have to go through and find and say that we've got some sort of sweeping lead. This person, Tim, spoke to the customer, noted sweeping and scrubbing, looked at the parking structure, gave them a price, and then hopefully the follow-up is that we received the work, or we would close it out and say we didn't receive the work, and then we create a follow-up item to follow up with this customer in the future. The benefit of this too is as you get leads, it's going to add to your customer listing. So you'll know if you're diligent with your leads that your customer who actually is calling you for service is going to create a database of listing, and you'll be able to then follow up with those people. Whether you got the work initially or not, you'll be able to follow up and send additional information to them. Another means of doing that is going to the attributes. You can create lists of things you might send to them. You can create reminders and then export that list to upload into something similar to Constant Contact, and either email them, mail them something as a reminder, do some sort of social media request where you reach out to them, but then you can have the ability to market to people that have called you as well. So those are the different sections. You go in here and you create a lead, and a lead again could be a lead, an opportunity, or a reminder. Then you go to the task, and you'll follow up on the lead. So in here, we might need to call this Clark Construction. We want to input some sort of activity that we did, and then have a follow-up date to go back to it. We go through here, BOMA lead. Again, here's the information, then the follow-up associated with it. And we have the information that we have the email, the phone number, the contact. We can then follow up with this person at a later date, such as we did in May, and then September. Potentially we'll follow up in around December time frame, just to stay in contact regardless of whether we get the work or not. If you would like to export this information, potentially you're saying, well, you know, I'm glad it's here, but I've got a different means that I use to follow up on my items. Well, you can have the initial inputs here. You just highlight your activity. You do a Control-C to copy, and you paste that into either Excel or Word or somewhere else, and you can manage it offline as well. Now, once you've closed a lead, and a lead is closed in a few ways. You close the lead by having some sort of previous action. So your previous action would be the initial item, and this is a new item. So each new task will have closed items. So if I go to show closed items, again, I'm retrieving all the closed items. And let's say I want to just look at this 14 Orchard Lake. We can see the initial item in here. The initial one was when this person had called. We created the lead. Now the dates in here are a little misleading because when I inputted it, it defaults to 10 days out or 2 weeks out. So I didn't update that at the time, and I did update it when I inputted the information. So this shows the previous action, and then I've got my initial one, and this one we can see over here that it is closed. So the task was closed, but not the entire work because we did not close and complete the sale with or without sale. Okay. So that is following up on leads and task reminders in the Customer Center. Again, a lead could be a lead, an opportunity, or a reminder. It could be internal or external. So it could be an internal reminder. It could be an internal lead that you need to follow up with somebody else. It could be external with another company, and it could be a prospective customer or a current customer, such as you might need to follow up to make sure you got the updated purchase order. You might want to follow up with them for additional work, which would be more of an opportunity. You can utilize the attributes or marketing classes to follow up, so you could create a lead that says that you need to send them some information or add them to some sort of mailing list, and then use the attributes to create your customer list that you can go market to the customer. From the task, go into the task and you can work your leads. So you go in there, you find the opportunity, or you search for them all. You see the oldest one, and you want to work those through till you get to the current date. Make sure you don't leave too many outstanding, then it becomes a daunting task to follow up, and you could be losing money by not following up on your marketing and your opportunities, especially for people that have called and reached out to you. As you go through and you follow up on the different leads, you save the lead, and they'll have previous action items so you know when you call them exactly what occurred and what you need to do to follow up. That is the conclusion for following up on leads and tasks. Again, if you have any questions, always reach out to Eagle Eye Support. We're always happy to assist. Have a great day.